introduce yourself and tell us where you're from.
Jason Glassman. I live in Boynton Beach, Florida. Diagnosed 2.5 years ago with an astrocytoma, grade 4, and it's been a hell of a journey. Finding your product was an extreme life changer for me because I'm on a strict keto diet and game changer.
Tell us about your life before the diagnosis. Were you active? What was your career? What was your diet like?
To be honest with you, I had actually just started getting into keto right before my diagnosis. So I was active, still doing the same job. I own an interior design firm, Ava Gray Interiors, and I'm still running it to this day. It's doing really well.
Good.
But yeah, no, I lost like 25 pounds as soon as I was diagnosed and put probably like 10 pounds back on so far. I don't really want to put it all back on.
Yeah.
Decided I was a little chubby back then.
Yeah.
But yeah, so still working out every single day for the most part.
So you were active in the gym before?
I was active in the gym, not every day.
Okay.
So I definitely, like, now that one of the realtors that I work with gave me a home gym set up in my garage.
Okay.
So I'm a lot more active in the gym than I was prior.
Okay.
Because it's part of my, medical treatment now.
Was there something physically wrong, or how did you find out about it?
I had a 7-minute seizure on vacation.
And then,
but that was a miracle because 10 minutes later I would have been driving down the mountain in the Sprinter with my whole family, my animals, like from Blowing Rock down. So it was.
Oh really? Yeah. So you were in our neck of the woods.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Charlotte.
Just so happened I was right near Duke. So.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So how did you choose Duke?
It was obviously a huge decision on where I was going to have my treatment and my surgery and everything. So we didn't decide right away. We actually drove to Duke and met with Alan and Henry Friedman, and actually it was Alan first, the surgeon, and he I don't know, man, he looked into my soul, and I said, I still got to get a second opinion, third opinion or whatnot. So we've done so good by me. I just came from another clean scan, so
okay, good.
Doing really good.
Yeah. So when it happened in Blowing Rock, I'm assuming they rushed you to the local hospital?
Yeah.
Did they know immediately what it was then, or?
No, they just said that they saw something in there.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was like, is it like cancer? And he's like, it's possible for sure.
Wow. And then I guess you researched after that.
My wife did a lot of it, yeah. My
Really?
wife and my sister, yeah. I was just like,
yeah,
it can't be real.
Yeah.
I thought it had something to do with, we had all had COVID and like.
Yeah, yeah. Are there any stats or statistics on the type of cancer that?
Well, I was originally diagnosed with GBM, and then over the course of the last, I think it was like a year after I was diagnosed that they switched it over to astrocytoma grade 4.
Okay.
Which is a much better prognosis, if you will. Duke doesn't give out like prognoses, which I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just everyone's got a different day,
Right.
But yeah, the life expectancy, if you will, is much better prognosis than glioblastoma.
Yeah.
How did
you handle that with?
I didn't hide it. I posted it on social media the night before I had my surgery. I was like, so I got a brain tumor and going in tomorrow for the resection. I think I said something about like, I'm gonna beat this and I'm gonna take everybody on a vacation, which I did.
Yeah.
And I've been beating it so far, and I don't plan on stopping.
That's awesome. That was gonna be my next question, how you approached it, but
yeah,
you just head on.
Head on. Yeah. I mean, what choice do you have?
After the diagnosis, how did you come about doubling down on this keto diet that you had started before?
Very low carbs, very low sugar. I mean, carbs turns to sugar. Sugar feeds cancer.
You're trying to starve the cancer?
I was trying to starve the cancer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you know about that before, or
No.
were you just started on keto?
I started on keto for to get in shape.
Yeah. Did your doctors educate you on the diet at all, or is that something that you discovered on your own?
Something that we kind of discovered on our own. There's so many mixed reviews with doctors about diets and
I've
like they're giving out like sugar in the chemo radiation areas. You know, it's like
yeah, I've come
wild.
across that in my own research too. It's kind of maddening, you know.
It is.
Your checkups are every 2 months, is that?
Every 2 months, yeah.
Yeah. And what is life like now? Is obviously you're still active and fit?
Yeah, I'm still active and fit, and work's going great. And I'm only nervous when I'm here.
Yeah.
For a couple hours, I get this scanxiety, as they call it.
Yeah.
But I plan on living a whole life. I got little kids.
Yeah.
I plan on beating all the odds. So
yeah.
So far, so good.
Is the goal, was it still like 5 years for this type of cancer to be considered in remission? Is that correct?
I don't think they're going to ever tell me that I'm in remission.
Okay.
But there's like survivors that are 30 years out. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I think that they either change their diet dramatically. There's a book called Radical Remission, and so I read that, and there was like 9 things that all of the survivors had done, and like started with like dramatically changing their diet to working out every day, or just grounding, and all kinds of really interesting things that I implemented.
Yeah.
And a lot of them also did do some sort of immune therapy as well, which I am doing in Germany.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How often do you have to do that?
It was once a month, and then it went to every 2 months, and now we're at every 4 months.
And what does that involve?
Basically, they take like the Achilles heel of your tumor, and they like put it into a machine that extracts, like I said, the Achilles heels of the tumor, because the thing about cancer is your body doesn't recognize it, so it can't fight it. So if you take the Achilles heels out and then make a peptide vaccine and they inject it back into your stomach, your body recognizes that, and it will fight it at the injection site and at the tumor site. It's called CGAT.
Okay.
I really believe in it.
As far as like your routine, your diet, and all that, are your doctors aware of what you're doing? And
some of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's tricky because you kind of have to be careful what you say to this doctor or that doctor, and they all have egos.
Yeah.
I really try to listen more to the Friedmans than I do other doctors.
At the end of the day, would you say it's you gotta own it, and
yeah,
you gotta be the one driving the ship?
I have to drive the ship. Yeah, it's like my life.
Yeah, I agree. Let's talk about how you came to find out about us.
My mom actually discovered your brand.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was like, I need some bread in my life. It's so much better than Carbonate.
Yeah.
'Cause it's like real bread, The buns are amazing. I have one every morning. I have 2 a day. So I like...
You eat more than I do.
Dude. Well, they're so good. But I have like an egg sandwich in the morning, which is amazing for me. Like I missed that for 2 years and got it back because of your product. Just had a fried chicken sandwich because you have your flour now. Yeah. So that was great. Yeah, it's been a game changer on my life for sure.
Good. So I'll share a quick story with you. I don't know if you know this part of the story, but so we got pushed out of Publix. That's a different story. They gave us 6 months. And
we're gonna get you back in.
Yeah. But I got this order for like this $500 order for bread. So I'm like, all right, this is fraud. And then the next week I get like a $250 order, and I'm like, I was like, that order from last week had the same last name as this week, and I was like, something's going on here. So I do my research on the address it's shipping to and all that. I'm like, well, this all looks legit. And I think it was your mom that reached out and explained, that
I can't live without this bread.
Well, that and even explained that they knew that we were a small business and that we had got pushed out of Publix and wanted to make sure that we stayed in business, and I appreciate that. So, but yeah, I saw those big orders come through, and at first I was like, okay, this is fraud. Like, what's going on here? So, but that's awesome. I guess before we wrap up, is there anything that you want to say or add to it or help get the message out, or?
Just that anybody that's going through any sort of cancer treatment, or even just like trying to diet, you know, it's a pretty unbelievable product. It's legit, like real buns. Like, I don't know how else to say it. Like, it tastes like regular hamburger buns.
Yeah.
And I know that you guys are coming out with the hoagie and the hot dog, and like, it's pretty awesome.
It's I guess that's a good transition because I brought you some hoagies.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Nice.
So brought you a bag to try. They're full 8-inch regular hoagies, and then one last thing is I got you asked me about my bun shirt.
Love it.
I hope it'll fit you.
Next level. Nice.
Yeah.
Oh damn. Yeah.
So good for your taste buds, even better for your butt.
Thank you so much, man.
Yeah. All right, I appreciate it. Thanks for sharing the story. I thought it was awesome, and hopefully we can help get the word out and maybe help somebody.
I'm gonna send you videos of what I make on these.
Yeah. All right, good deal.